Hello, this is Jason Malinak of Etsy-preneurship, and this is the keyword tool for Etsy sellers. You will open up the Google Sheet. Before you can do that, you will need a Google account and you will need a Google Adwords account, and there are instructions that are linked in the email that you've received to get that. This video's purpose is to help you maximize the benefits that you receive from the tool. You can look at the quick start guide to get the general information, but to really benefit the most from the tool, I wanted to put together this video to teach you different ways that you can use the tool and little things that you can look for that'll help you, find some additional benefits in keyword selection. So this is the tool right here. There are 8 sections in the tool. You can see them all below. Home, gather data, paste search demand, best keyword reports, keyword dictionary, keyword analysis, historical Etsy searches, and new keyword ideas. All of these tabs are color coded and they're all related to the model. You'll see some of these are optional and they're before you kind of gather your data and do the core essential function of the red, orange, and yellow. That's the core essential functions of this tool. And then you've got some also optional elements to the tool that you can use afterwards. When you're looking at the tool. Over here, you've got access to the quick start guide, the video training, connecting on Facebook, as well as reaching out and contacting me. Really when you're looking at keywords, not only do you have to select the right keywords, you have to come up with keyword ideas and you have to put those keywords in the proper consecutive word order. Etsy does put listings that exactly match the phrase that your customer searched, higher than those that have a word in between them or don't match them exactly. So you do want to match exactly those phrases together. So the best way to kind of just get started on this whole tool and seeing the nuances of how it works is for me to walk through an example. So let's assume this is a product that you are about to list in your Etsy shop. It is a necklace, it's a cross, and it's made out of sterling silver. So the first thing you will do is go to the tool and go to the Gather Data tab. And in step 1, you'll write some of those words. So sterling, silver, necklace, and cross. And you want to make sure that you enter all of those words in with no spaces. So you can see if you did cross and a space, you're going to get a warning sign that says don't choose any spaces. So you need to just make sure that you've got no spaces here. And go ahead and make sure you are putting 4 words in here. Even if you don't think one of the words is good, put 4 in it because it's not going to hurt in the analysis and you can easily ignore the other word. But what happens here is these 4 words. So an important thing is about 96% of all searches that take place on Etsy have 4 words or less. So really when you optimize for those 4-word phrases, you're really optimizing for a huge majority of what's taking place. A lot of shops, even if you just look within their top 100 search phrases for their shop, you'll see that it's 100% of them are 4 words or less. So really focusing on these 4 words and less phrases are going to be the most beneficial. So you've got those 4 words that you've put in right there. Next, you're going to gather search supply data. So you click this button, and the first thing that's going to happen is the tool is going to ask you, do you authorize the use to run this? And you say yes, continue, and you say allow. And this is just a little bitty process that Google set up whenever it's going out to gather data. So what's happening once you click that button, this tool is going out to the Etsy website and gathering how many products are for sale for all 64 combinations right here of those 4 words. So when you decide there's 4 words that describe your product, there are actually 64 unique phrases that come up and can be combined. So we just see a success message just came up here. It says success, your search supply data has been gathered. So that's good. You can just click OK and know that step 2 is now complete. On step 3, you'll see you've got 4 single word phrases from these words. You've got a handful of 2-word long phrases. You've got, I think, 18 3-word long phrases, and you've got 24 4 long phrases. So 64 total combinations. So we've gathered search supply data. That could also be thought of as competition. Now we need data on the demand. How many times are people searching this data online? And the thing is, Etsy doesn't tell us that. Etsy tells us how many items are for sale, and they kind of try to do some things of popular search phrases through the autocomplete, but you really don't know specifically how many people are searching a phrase. You might think of as engagement as a type of phrase, but that's not really that good, because it's not true search demand. It's more how many people are liking or viewing an item. Search demand is the best indicator for how many, when you're trying to decide what keyword to use, how many people are searching it. If you've got a phrase that nobody's searching, it's worthless. You really want to focus on search demand. So, you can go through here in step 3, highlight all of these words, 64 words, and you will copy them. So I right-clicked and copied right there. And then you're going to head over to Google AdWords Keyword Planner. The first thing I want to say about this is a tool that Google provides for people that want to advertise in Google searches. I don't necessarily recommend this, but what I do love is the keyword planner that comes with Google AdWords. You can set up a free account with them. You will have to enter your credit card information. Just make sure you're not actually paying for any type of, selecting specific keywords or anything and saying, I want to spend this much money per day. You can go through the setup process and then close it and then come back and then get access to the keyword planner. So when you go to this keyword planner, you're going to click on this second item right here titled Get Search Volume Data and Trends. So we've got, from our tool, all 64 of these copied. We're going to click in this box, and we're going to right-click and paste, and then we're going to click Get Search Volume. And you can see nothing actually happens. Sometimes Google does this. You just click it again, Get Search Volume again, and you can see it came back for all 64 of these phrases, and it tells you how many times they are searched per month. This competition is all about, not about supply. The competition thing they say right here, it is all about how many people are competing for that word in Google AdWords. So it has nothing to do with the actual competition. And the bid is how much people are paying to get access to that word. So what you'll go here next in this process is click the download button. And you'll want to make sure it says Excel CSV, and then you'll click Save to Google Drive and Download. And you can see your 64 words. It's gathered all that information, and you want to open the file. You can see a new tab in my browser has been opened, and it's got down here all this information for all these keywords. Next, we're going to click in the top gray box right there in the top left-hand corner, and that turns all of this data blue, and it's selecting it. Right-click and copy. You're going to copy that data. You're going to go back to your keyword tool. You can close this now. You're done with that. Go back to the keyword tool, and you're going to click on the orange tab called Paste Search Demand. You're going to click in cell A1, and you're going to paste that data. And it takes a little bit while it's calculating. This is all cloud computing on Google, so all your data is there now. So marvelous. We've now gathered search supply information for all 64 of these combinations, and we've gathered search demand for all of these words. Next, we're going to click on the yellow tab down here, Best Keywords Reports, and you are on the report page. There are 3 reports. Report 1, which is kind of a summary. Report 2, which shows you the best keyword phrases by opportunity ratio with 4 words, 3 words, and then 2 words. And then you've got the detailed report with a coverage ratio, which I'll talk about, for everyone that wants to see all of the detail behind the scenes. And out of all 64 of those phrases, there are definitely going to be some that don't have any search demand or any search supply, and that's okay. We want to know the ones that are good here. So the first thing I want to really talk to you is this opportunity ratio. An opportunity ratio is defined as the search demand divided by the supply levels, or how many items are for sale on Etsy for this phrase. So you can see Silver Cross, when this was run, Google has told us that people are searching Silver Cross about 40,500 times in 1 month. On Etsy, when you type in Silver Cross, about 74,095 items show up for sale. When you divide the demand A over the denominator B, you get 55%. The higher this number that you see in this column, the better the phrase. Now, of course, there could be an exception where like search demand is 10 and supply levels are 10 and you have 100% opportunity ratio. But generally, this is going to be a good indicator for you to look at for finding the keywords with the most opportunity. In other words, the most demand and the least amount of competition. Again, like I said, one thing is if you look at engagement levels ever as a demand indicator, you will likely get false positives, because the only way that those can be measured is you don't know that those likes or those views have been around a keyword that is, they put that keyword in the title, and it could be a false positive that it's not that specific keyword that's getting the traffic. So using this and using a consistent number amongst all the words that we're analyzing, we have a consistent way to compare these keyword phrases amongst themselves. So just to get off started, you can look up here and you can see by opportunity ratio, what are the top 10 keyword phrases. Then you can see the details behind those top 10 keyword phrases. So the best one here being Silver Cross with an opportunity ratio of 55%, and then cross necklace with 27%. You've got two with around 16 and 15%, and then you've got these other phrases that have a little bit lower opportunity ratio. You want to put words in that are eventually going to be describing your product, as well as having a high opportunity ratio. And then next in the summary, you can see just what was the best 4-word long phrase, the top 3-word long phrase, or the top 2-word long phrase. And you can just stop right here and use these phrases and start plugging these specific phrases into your titles and your tags. I will recommend the best way I think to use this tool is to first use these keyword phrases to write your title. Once you write your title, then you can write your tags. Title first, tag second, and base your tags off of your title. Create some common mirroring of your title in your tags. And in the tags on some of the more important phrases, you can even switch the words around to create greater tag density. Like if Silver Cross was one of your tags, you can also do cross silver in your tag to create tag density. So you can just stop right here and write your titles and you are all set. I personally prefer to use report number 2 when I'm using this tool. And the reason why is I like 4-word long phrases. And the reason I like 4-word long phrases is, one, we know that the longer the phrase that someone is searching, the more, the higher what I call user intent to purchase is. So you can see sterling silver cross necklace gets searched 2,900 times to about 19,000 items for sale on Etsy for an opportunity ratio of 15%. I love this phrase, sterling silver cross necklace. And the reason I like it is I can put this phrase at the beginning of my title, and I can know all 4 of the words that I wanted to use to describe my product are early on in the title, which we know are more heavily emphasized in Etsy's search algorithm. And within this one 4-word phrase, there are actually 10 search phrases. So I love this. So you've got one 4-word long search phrase that's sterling silver cross necklace. So that's a 4-word long phrase. Within this, you've got 2 3-word phrases, sterling silver cross, and then you've also got silver cross necklace. You've got 3 2-word phrases, sterling silver, silver cross, and cross necklace. And then obviously you're going to optimize for those 4 single words as well, sterling silver cross necklace. And the fewer the words, the potential lower user intent, but you're still optimizing for 10 words in this one phrase right here. The next thing that you can see is the next best one. You get 90 searches. Hey, it's got a 0% opportunity ratio, but maybe you think those 90 searches are really beneficial. So you can see it's cross necklace, sterling silver. Well, guess what? Sterling silver cross necklace, the last two words are cross necklace. The first two words of this next phrase are also cross necklace. So if you're writing a title, what you can do is just do sterling silver cross necklace, sterling silver. So if you put those 6 words, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 and 6 together in that consecutive word order, you're actually optimizing for 2 4-word long phrases in your title. And that's a big benefit. And you're also creating title density with the word sterling silver up here in the front. And I like to just start up at the top and work my way down. So I saw that, that's good. Maybe I move down to the 3-word phrases here, and you see silver cross necklace is a good one with 16%. Well, guess what? Silver cross necklace is already used in the 4-word phrase, so I can skip that one. Then you've got sterling silver cross. You see, it's also in that first phrase. So you've got the benefit of that 3-word phrase in your 4-word phrase. So you just keep on working down and writing out your title by adding words. Can I just say, I suggest now commas whenever you're writing your titles, because if you're creating phrases, one, it takes up less space because it's only comma space. If you use a dash, it's going to be space dash space, which takes up 3 character spaces. You get 140 character spaces when making a title. So I generally suggest now to use, especially with the power of consecutive word order and being able to put in keyword phrases that have the highest opportunity ratio, you're definitely going to want to max out generally on your title with the phrases. So maybe you go through this process and you come up with 70 characters worth of great keywords. You can go back to the gather data tab, type in 4 new words that describe your product. Maybe you only want to change 2 of them, 2 adjectives, and keep maybe necklace or cross, and see if you come up with some additional phrases. But you can go through that again and then finish your title. Once your title is complete, then you can tag your product based upon the consecutive word order phrases that you've put in your title. Next, for those of you that want to see more of the details behind the report, you can see all the 4-word. You can look at report 3 and you can see all your 4-word phrases, all your 3-word phrases, all your 2-word phrases, and your 1-word phrases. I put in here the 1-word phrases aren't really applicable because if you're choosing any of the 2 and 3-word phrases, you're also getting all the benefits of the 1-word phrase opportunity ratios without doing anything. So I generally say focus on the longer phrases first and then work your way down. But here you can see, hey, some of these phrases that we search for right here, they're not getting any search demand. And maybe you're seeing, you can also then see individually what products are getting how much items are for sale on Etsy. The 4-word phrase over here is unique in that I've added this column that you can see what I call the coverage ratio or the coverage indicator. And what you're generally looking for as a good sign here is 3 of them that are green. And the reason being is when they're all green across, it's telling you in this phrase, 4-word phrase, sterling silver cross necklace, it's got 94% of the search demand out of all the 4-word phrases. So you can see you got 2,900 searches out of all of these others that just have 40, 30, 90, and 10. You've got the bulk of the 4-word phrases. You've got 37% of all these phrases. Here's all the search demand. With that one 4-word phrase, you've already captured 37% of the 3-word phrases, and you've captured a whopping 86% of all the search demand that's happening in the 2-word phrases. So this is just confirmation, this green line across here, that this 4-word phrase is really pretty good for a keyword selection, and it's giving you a lot of opportunity and a lot of search demand within that one phrase. You're optimizing for 10 phrases there. So you can work yourself down looking at all the information, You can see it visually represented by word class as well. So this is a cycle that you can go through, type in your gathering your data, select the best words, write your title. Maybe you want some additional width to your title. You can type in your 4 words, 4 new words over there. Again, you can keep on going through this process and getting all that information. One thing I do want to note is that, you know, as you're coming in and running this multiple times, just keep on clicking on A1 and pasting that information in new. And remember to always click the gather search supply data button. Don't use spaces. So go through that process lots of times and use it for every single one of your listings. Rewrite your old listings, and then definitely as you're creating new listings, go through this process of you know, finding the best keyword order and the keywords with the most demand to less competition in the opportunity ratio. Now I want to walk you through some of the optional elements of this tool. And these are kind of bells and whistles, things that are going to be helpful for you in different ways and different ways to really get extra benefits from the tool. So the first thing I want to cover is historical Etsy searches. So you'll see it's a purple tab. I look at it down here. And this right here is information that Etsy has provided to us on keywords. Back in March of 2014, quite a while ago, Etsy released a promotion campaign for items that's actually came before the promoted listings that are currently used system. And they gave us like 14,000 words that are searched on Etsy. And I went in, I copied these, and they also tell you how much it is, cost per impression, and how much it would cost for 1,000 impressions. One thing is you can go in here and you can click this little bitty filter button, the down triangle. It will take a little bit of time to load. This is Google's cloud processing that we're waiting on. But what you can do is first select clear. And this is a way that you can get ideas for some of your products. So you can type in the word sterling. You can see it's finding a bunch of them. You can select all and get OK. It's processing. It's looking at all 14 or 16,000 of these phrases and finding these and coming back with the data. And you can see here is a handful of them. What I really like to focus on is this average cost per 1,000 impressions. And generally, the higher the dollar amount, it maxes out at 5 that they provided. It tells you that generally the higher that is, the higher the user's intent to purchase is. It tells you that there's generally a higher search demand, and that there's also a higher general conversion ratio. So I just like going through this to think of any new keyword ideas that might apply. So to get everything back, you click on the filter, the triangle there. You can say clear, select all, and OK. And it brings you back to all of these words. You scroll up. Another thing that you might want to consider doing that I found beneficial is just scrolling through this list, looking at them all, and making a list of ideas. Because what you do is you start to get ideas for new products that you can make and that you know that there is search demand for. So that is historical Etsy searches. You can use that excuse me, as a feeder for the words that you're typing in this step 1. The next element I want to talk about is new keyword ideas. And this is where Google AdWords is really great. What I suggest you do, if you just need a broad base of ideas for new keywords, you type in your first 4 kind of what I would call feeder words that get you started. Highlight all 64 of the combinations and copy it. And then in your keyword tool, the keyword planner element of Google's AdWord We used this one before, get search volume data and trends. Now we're going to use the first one, which is search for new keywords using a phrase, website, or category. So click on that. In this first box, paste all of that information. Select get ideas, and they're going to say, are you sure? Looks like you've already got a ton of ideas. No, I want ideas. So get ideas. And it says, oh, there's a problem. Get ideas. Get ideas. Google is silly sometimes, but hey, it works. So what you'll see on this tab, keyword ideas, you'll see all the words that we've kind of fed it. And then down here, you're going to see like 800 ideas of related keywords. So this is huge because it tells you, tons of people, most people in the world are doing searches on Google. What are things that are related? Download it. Save to your Google Drive. Click download. It failed. Download. It's downloading. Open the file, and you'll see you got a ton of ideas. I suggest you to click this top gray box in the upper left-hand corner, select all the data, copy that, go to the keyword tool for Etsy sellers, and click on, so right here, new keyword ideas, the light purple tab, and you'll select the top gray box. And this is important how you do this process right here. So you have to click the gray box, right click, paste special, paste values only. All that information gets pasted in, and you're going to see it's color coded, which is by search demand or color coded. I want to see their ideas that get the most searches per month. So I'm going to click sort Z to A. So now you've got all their related search phrases from the most searches per month down to the fewer searches per month. Usually when I'm going through this process, I usually get around, by the time I get to row 300 or so, I've already gotten down 4 or 5 new keyword ideas or phrases that I might consider using, that I could go back to the gather data tab and write some of those words in. But this is a great place that you can really start getting lots of new ideas for phrases that are searched. And really the thing is, if Google is not tracking it, it's likely not getting searched by anyone just because of the amount of search traffic that's happening on Google. So use this as a feeder for the 4 words that you put into the Gather Data tab. Next up is the Keyword Dictionary. I love this feature. Keyword Dictionary. It's a green it's a green tab right here. So when you do all of your research, why should you have to do your research once and then forget about it? You don't remember all the numbers. But this tool remembers all of all the research that you do that you want it to. So say when you're doing this forward phrase research that you thought these top 7 were really good. Click on them, highlight them. Oops. Copy the information. Go to your keyword dictionary. Click here. Paste special, values only. And all of the information, keywords that you've done research on, that information stays here, and you see a color-coded ranking of the opportunity ratio. You can sort filters here of the best to the worst by searching greatest to least or whatever, or alphabetically if you want. But each time you do this little exercise and you find words, copy the ones that are good, go into your dictionary and paste them down there so they keep on, so you can keep on referencing this. So this dictionary is also going to be kind of a tool for you that as you do your keyword research, that you can keep on coming back to it and not have to type in all the words again that you've already searched for, but you know, hey, sterling silver cross was really good, or sterling silver necklace was really good. And you can keep on referring back to those little short 3 to 4 word phrases that are really beneficial for the products that you sell frequently. All these other tabs over here, the others and the notes, this is purely for you to take notes or track anything else that you want to do. I just wanted to include that for people that have ideas of how they'd like to use this dictionary as well, but there's no functionality that I've created. It's more an option for you to benefit from the dictionary in a way that's unique to your unique needs. So that is the keyword dictionary. And the last one here is keyword analysis, and it is the blue tab. So a good place to really understand what's happening with keywords in your shop is to actually go to your shop stats. So what you can do is go to your shop stats and select any time period that you want to analyze. You can look at it for 1 year, lifetime. Maybe you want to see what's happening over the past 3 months in keywords in your shop. Well, you go there. The first thing you want to do is look at your traffic sources within Etsy. How many are coming from search? So whatever that number is right there, how many search traffic you're getting for that time period, I want you to type into this first tab. All of this information you're going to have to manually type, but it's not a process that you're going to do all the time. I would suggest you do it a couple times per year. And definitely at the beginning stages as you're getting into using this tool for keyword stuff, because it's really going to help you when you see what the graphs are down below. It's going to help you understand what's really happening with keywords in your shop. The next thing you're going to do is look at your top keywords. So these are the keywords that people are searching. You want to make sure you select Etsy only here. Because we're focusing on Etsy. But here you can see all the keywords that you're using in your people are using in your shop to find you, and you can type in how many views they've also received. So you type those all in, and you'll see page 1 here are the 10. You can keep on clicking on each page to see more of them. And what I want you to do is put in the top 100. And this is purely optional, but I really think you're going to see the benefits once you've done this process to see what are people really typing in to find my shop and my products. So next, from all of that information you put in there, we're going to learn about the makeup of our keywords. First, we're going to see that your top search term, so in my shop, JJM Finance, my top search traffic term accounts for 16% of my total traffic from search that comes in my shop. My top 10 words account for 46% of my search traffic from Etsy. My top 100 terms account for 81% of my search traffic. And then everything beyond those top 100 terms, that accounts for 19% of my traffic. This just helps you see how much of my traffic is coming from what search phrases. Is it all coming from what I would call head keywords, or the ones that are your top performers, or is it coming more from your long tail, which is really far the words that are past your top 100 search terms? So what does that look like? You've heard the phrase long tail keyword. Long tail keyword is actually based upon a graph, and now we can visualize it. Etsy hasn't allowed us to see this. They kind of show it to us in this information right here, but now we have a visual representation. So over here you have keyword number 1, keyword 50 is over here, keyword 100 is over there. My top, like we saw, my top keyword accounts for 16% of my traffic. This is the head, this is the top, the body, and then you've got the tail. And then technically, for all these phrases that were past 100, you've got a longer tail that technically went out way out here. But to visualize that long tail, you can see that my long tail accounts for greater than my top keyword. Long tail variations are a huge benefit for your Etsy shop and the way that you use keywords. The next visualization that we get is for your shop, what percentage of your keywords are 1 word long, red 2 word long, 3 orange, 4 words long, and 5 words long. So this is how you can see really what percentage of your searches are coming from shorter word phrases or longer word phrases, and compare yourself. Really generally about 96% is, for most Etsy sellers, is 4 words long or less. And out of the bigger your shop gets, generally you focus more on the top 100 are the shorter phrases, and then your long tail is usually higher, and they are also more words long. And how can you tell that they are more words long? It's this last graph here. Over here, your top 10 keywords over here, 90 to 100. But this is, all of these are 1 word long, 2 word long, 3 word long, 4, 5, 6. And as you get farther along in your top keywords, generally you're going to see a trend that they use more words. The more words that are used, the fewer that they're searched, but also the higher that the customer's user intent is. And this is just a visualization that you can kind of see how that works. So this I ran all on a shop. The other thing that you can do that's unique is you can click on one of your products, and you can start seeing within Etsy, search 37, and then you can go over here and you can see all the phrases that are used to find your product. And you can enter product information in here in the yellow shaded cells, and you can see a visualization of what your keywords look like for some of your top performing products. So make sure you're using this for, also looking at your top performers. And you can also use this as feeders for the gathering data step. So, it's not drawn on the little picture here, but you can pick out 4 words right here. Hey, why not put 4 words in here that are already some top performers, put all the combinations together, use that in the new keyword idea, come up with some new ones, and then go back to the gather data tab and start putting some of those words in and come up with new combinations or new words, new phrases that you're going to be able to use in all your products. Run the analysis, gather the information, put it in your keyword dictionary, and then just keep on coming back to your keyword dictionary and referencing it. I know some people that are using this product are just saying, once a month, I'm going to do an hour's worth of keyword research and just add to my dictionary. That's a great idea where you're not constantly having to come back, always doing the actual research, but you research all at one time, build up your dictionary, and then use that dictionary throughout the month. Now, I will say demand and supply will increase and decrease with time, but it's another way that you can use the tool that might fit your schedule better. The other thing that I can throw out here that this tool is really good for is it's a reality check. So when I know a lot of people are putting words into here and they see, oh my gosh, nobody is searching for what I thought was a really popular keyword phrase, or oh my goodness, I'm facing so much competition. My opportunity ratio is so low. I can hardly ever get any that are high for my phrase. Well, it's a little bit sad, but it's also a reason to be hopeful, because now you can go in and you can find the keyword phrases that are going to give you the most benefit, or use this tool as what I would call product research. It's like product development for future products. What are you going to make? And if you've got different ideas on different product lines that you might create or what you think might be popular, you can put those words in, grab the data, and look at how much demand is there really for it, how much supply, how many items are for sale on Etsy. And you can start using this tool also to help you identify new product niches that are going to be more profitable for your business, because you're offering something that's really in demand that not a lot of people sell. I mean, that's the basics of, your economics class from high school is supply and demand. Supply and demand is a core element of business, and being able to use supply and demand to choose your keywords and to create, know what avenues of new products that you should go into are really beneficial to help your business grow. So use this tool, use the parts that are good for you. If you've got any questions, I will just say reach out via the contact and the email right here. And I hope you enjoy the tool. I hope it gets you thinking, and I hope it gets you taking a greater level of ownership toward your keyword selection, and really understanding what it is that ticks behind the scenes, and how your customers are searching for your products and finding your products, and how you label those products so that you match their demand with your supply. So hope this video has been helpful for you, and enjoy the keyword tool for Etsy sellers. I've had a blast putting it together. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.